They are creatures out of our nightmares. They hide in our beds, in our clothes, in our furniture. And when night falls, they emerge from the shadows to drink our blood. Bed bugs.
I probably had about 15 or 20 bites on my back.
They are evolving, becoming stronger and more resistant, and spreading relentlessly around the globe. But can they be stopped?
We're ready for battle.
Scientists and exterminators are trying creative ways of combating these relentless invaders. But they have the clear advantage, and the war is just beginning.
I think we've just seen the tip of the iceberg.
Bed bugs. They can be anywhere, hiding in the corners and dark recesses of our homes, waiting to drink our blood. And when they do, the results are never pretty. New York City. Over 8 million people packed into barely over 480 square kilometers. Ideal conditions for an infestation of plague proportions. This city is being overrun by bedbugs. In fact, some experts say that 1 in 10 New Yorkers are living with these tiny bloodsuckers. For exterminators like Nick Hill and Antonio Domingo, work is coming in faster than they can handle it.
I grabbed the kit. I got it.
They are at an apartment building in Brooklyn, responding to a frantic call from a terrified family complaining of mysterious bites, and they have come to investigate.
Today we're doing a 1-bedroom bedbug treatment, and I'm going to take care of it.
Without wasting time, the men go to work, searching for signs of bedbugs.
Alright, so let's inspect the back room first. Alright, the tenant said it was the little room, not the big one. Right.
While they may not see these nocturnal bugs during the day, Nick and Antonio search for another major sign of infestation. Bedbug feces.
These are droppings here.
That confirms bedbugs here.
We found a bedbug, so we definitely know that there's bedbugs in this location.
Almost immediately, they have their proof. Clear evidence that this apartment is infested.
As we are bringing these mattresses over, we're going to check the box spring. Most of the time is where they nest at.
Everyone thinks they're in the mattress. They're not. 90% of the time they're in the box spring or the frame. Right here through all these drop-ins, I would say that's at least a month, if not more. God knows how much we're going to find in the box spring.
I found one actually live right now, live and direct. I don't know if he's dead or alive. Yeah, he's alive. There he goes. He's looking for somebody to feed off of.
They're called bed bugs for a reason. For these bloodsuckers, beds are the perfect home. Plenty of crevices to hide in. Cloth walls for their eggs to cling to. And most importantly, a close proximity to their source of food, us.
This is a juvenile, probably 3rd stage. He's full of blood right now, so he just fed recently, probably in the last day or two. The babies need to keep feeding to grow. They see when I smush them, see all that blood? Julio's blood is in my hand. 5 minutes we already found, this place definitely has bedbugs. 100%. It's been infested for at least a month, so they knew. And we're going to treat them, kill them all.
As Nick and Antonio continue to search, the severity of the infestation becomes clear.
I think there's one right there, too. See him? Right there. That's an adult-sized mama. She's going to have millions of babies. They can have up to 5 babies a day, so that's why the epidemic is so bad right now.
Oh, wow. Pillow's definitely infested. Definitely infested.
See more droppings here?
They were nesting in here.
So this would have to go to the garbage.
Right now, I got a team, I have over here. Hey, Nick.
Yep.
I just found actually a mate. They're mating right now as we speak.
What? For real?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yep.
I guess it's the mood.
Yeah, they're definitely in heat.
Well, the way they mate is the male sticks the female in the abdominal.
For bedbugs, mating is a violent act in which a male will force himself on his chosen mate and literally stab her in the abdomen with his spear-like genitalia. Shortly after this brutal courtship, the female will begin to lay eggs. A single female bedbug can lay up to 5 eggs every day and up to 500 eggs in her lifetime. In about a week, the eggs will hatch. Do the math, and it's easy to see why a single pregnant female can mean big trouble for a home. But it all starts with the eggs. After around 8 days of incubation, each egg will hatch, and an alien-looking nymph will emerge. From birth, these tiny monsters have a driving instinct to feed. From the moment they begin to crawl, they are hungry for blood. Until they feed, the nymphs are transparent, with only their piercing red eyes and a few vital organs keeping them from near invisibility. Bedbugs go through 5 nymphal stages before reaching adulthood. After each blood meal, they advance to the next stage, and within a few short weeks, they become healthy adults. They are now ready to mate, and the process starts all over. Back in the apartment, Nick and Antonio have gotten a sense of the extent of the infestation and are preparing to fight back.
They're going to treat all the rooms, back bedroom, bedroom, and living room as if they all had it, no matter what the problem is. We found the majority in the bigger room, but we're still going to treat all the rooms the same. Right, so if we want to leave it down or put it back, we'll tip it when we spray it, right?
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Ready to mix?
To eliminate all bedbugs in the apartment and hopefully put an end to the infestation, Antonio mixes a special cocktail of powerful poisons.
We're mixing the chemicals. Now, cocktail mix is, we use 3 separate chemicals. One chemical lasts 4 to 6 months. One chemical knocks them down really quick so that the people can stop getting their bites quick. And then the other chemical is a birth control. This will slow them down, and any babies that they have will be sterile. So that will slow down the population and, you know, hopefully end it for sure. We're ready for battle.
Nick and Antonio begin their offensive, spraying the deadly cocktail around the bedroom, covering every inch of anywhere the bugs might be hiding. Total extermination of the bugs is difficult to guarantee, however. If they miss one spot, and if just one pregnant female or one tiny egg survives, before long, the infestation will be back in full force.
Usually we get in the back room because we don't want to be in the pesticide too long. Because, you know, we don't want to breathe it. We're going to work our way out. That's how all pesticides are. Right here, this is like 100% bed bugs right here. This is blood, blood, blood. Oh, you got this side?
I got this.
All right.
Nick and Antonio are killing whatever bugs may be in the apartment, but the price paid by the homeowners is still great. The mattresses are destroyed, the drapes on the windows, the pillows, the drawers will all have to be thrown out. They still spray everything to prevent bugs from spreading, but the toxic chemicals make these items unsafe for humans. The damage caused by this infestation is significant, and the cost is high.
This is garbage.
Matches, box spring.
Bed frame,
Bed frame.
headboard, nightstands,
Garbage chute.
garbage. Well, these bed bugs, we do 4 to 5 jobs a day. I'm on to the next one, and the next one, as I see it, the shop is not going anywhere. Bed bugs are here to stay.
For Nick and Antonio, this infestation is just one more in an endless string of jobs. In New York City, bed bugs are becoming a serious problem, and for many residents, an inescapable, costly, and traumatizing one. But where did they come from? How did bed bugs become so attracted to humans specifically? To understand the origins of bed bugs and people, we must look to our shared past. To do that, we must go underground. Parasitologist Mark Siddall is in the Sonoran Desert outside of Tucson, Arizona, searching for clues to the origins of the relationship between humans and bed bugs. To do this, he is searching for one of their closest relatives, bat bugs.
There are clues out here, but not in people's homes. Clues to where our bed bugs came from. They can be found in caves.
Before there were beds, there were caves. Early humans used caves for shelter, just like bats. And, like bats, humans fell prey to the parasitic bloodsuckers that lived in those caves.
Hopefully we'll find some bats a little further along.
In the same way that we are plagued by bed bugs, bats are plagued by bat bugs. As Mark ventures deeper into the cave, he comes across other creatures, other elements of an ecosystem that is sustained primarily by the presence of bats and their nutrient-rich droppings, or guano.
Caves are pretty inhospitable places for most life. But bats bring in so many nutrients with their guano that it does support a huge diversity of insects, scorpions, and spiders. This black widow.
Finally, Mark finds a pile of fresh guano, a clear sign that bats are close by.
This is fresh guano, and that means that there are bats roosting in here, maybe right now, right above our heads. I don't want them to be alarmed, so I'm going to switch to infrared. All right, they should be up here in the ceiling above the guano. There's enough of it down there. I can see a crack. There's nothing in there that's too tight. Oh, there's a hole in the crack right there, and there's 2 of them. 2 bats. I can't tell the species from here, but there's definitely 2 of them up in there. Bats sharing a place to sleep like this is just the way that bat bugs will get from one bat to another. In fact, this is how they get spread through an entire colony that's roosting in here when there's more of them. The same adaptation we see with bat bugs in a cave like this, we see with bed bugs in a city.
Like us, bat populations are constantly under attack from infestations of bat bugs. Because they are closely related, bat bugs act just like bed bugs, except that they have a taste for bat blood. To get a better look at the bugs that may be feeding on these bats, Mark is going to have to get his hands on them. As the sun sets, the bats begin to wake up. Staking out the main entrance to the cave, Mark and his team are preparing to trap the bats as they fly out.
Bat researchers Sandy Wolf and Dave Dalton, they're fine-tuning the wires on the harp trap. 2 rows are in there. The first set will be detected by the bat sonar. They'll turn to miss them, and they'll bounce into the second set of wires, drop right to the bottom, where we can safely pick them up and look for bat bugs.
Just seconds after the harp trap is set, the first bat hits it.
We got one. You can see it flying around in the bottom. The harp trap is working exactly as planned. That's great. We've got one. We'll find a bat bug on the membranes of the wing somewhere, maybe down near the body. Could you just pull that out a little bit more? I don't want you to hurt him. Yeah, I think we're in luck. It's really tiny. Great. What's interesting is that to the naked eye, bat bugs are almost indistinguishable from our bed bugs.
Over the next hour, the team catches nearly a dozen bats. Most are clean, but a few still have bat bugs clinging to them.
This is an adult bat bug. I've got to be careful, because if I let it, it'll feed on me. In some places where people have bats roosting in their homes, bat bugs feed on them just like bed bugs. Bats had bat bugs before we had bed bugs. Others in the group feed on swallows and swifts. And what those birds and humans and bats have in common is a history of living in caves.
In a pinch, all members of the bedbug family will feed on almost any warm-blooded creature. While they may prefer bats, bat bugs, like swallow bugs and bed bugs, are highly adaptive. If given the chance, they are all more than willing to drink our blood. It is widely believed that when early humans stopped seeking shelter in caves, the bugs that followed became known as bed bugs, and they have been tormenting us ever since. And around the world, people are fed on nightly. For victims of bed bug infestations, bedtime becomes a nightmare. It starts when you go to bed. Attracted to your body heat, bedbugs awake from their rest and, stimulated by their need for blood, they make their way from their hiding place towards you. Special receptors detect the carbon dioxide in your breath, and they zero in. There is no hiding from them, no avoiding them, and once they find you, one thing is for certain: they will bite you. If ignored, one bite will quickly become dozens and then hundreds. But for many, the bites are just the beginning.
I would say I probably had about 15 or 20 bites on my back. They were really red and big, and they itched really bad.
Waking up with the bites was a big surprise.
I was covered. Turned it over, and you could see nothing but blood spots all over the sheets.
I see the hole in my skin, and many times it's not just one or two, but they bite in clumps, like many tiny holes, and then I get very bad allergic reaction to it. If they bite me on a joint, my joints get swollen.
I wasn't sure if it meant that I was dirty. I was a little embarrassed at first. I didn't like to go home at night. It turned a safe place in my home into a really unsafe place. I definitely, dreaded bedtime.
It is very upsetting that they can come into your life and just take over like that.
Many bedbug victims never fully recover from the horror of being infested. But from a scientific perspective, bedbugs are actually brilliantly designed, adaptable creatures who are just trying to survive. Unfortunately, that just happens to involve drinking our blood. At the American Museum of Natural History in New York City, Mark Siddall is preparing to demonstrate just how these bloodsuckers operate.
There are a couple of dozen bed bugs in this jar. They haven't fed in over a month. They can go up to a year, for example, without feeding. These guys are starved, and I'm going to let one feed on me. Bed bugs are attracted by your carbon dioxide, but they know they've got you by the warmth of your skin. So I'm going to warm up my wrist just like this and get it ready. I think it's time to give this guy a meal. I can't tell if this bed bug is feeding or if it's just sitting there, and I don't feel a thing. In the 5 to 10 minutes that it takes this bed bug to feed, it can increase its size and weight 2 or even 3 times on my blood. Well, the bed bug definitely finished feeding. Its body is bright red with my blood. The only thing on me is a tiny little dot on my wrist, and I didn't feel anything. It doesn't even itch. It's not hard to imagine that someone could have dozens of bed bugs feeding on them at night and not even know it.
But half of people who are bitten will have severe, painful allergic reactions. On the campus of Mississippi State University, medical entomologist Dr. Jerome Goddard is trying to unlock the secrets of bedbug bites. To do this, he is looking inside them.
We're dissecting these little bed bugs to get their salivary glands out because we want to get salivary secretion and then do some studies with skin cell lines to see what it is in the saliva that makes the bite reaction. As far as we know, about half of the people don't react at all to bed bug bites. When they bite, nothing happens. It's absolutely nothing. You can't feel it, no mark, no bump, no nothing. But the other half of the people have these itchy bumps, sometimes blisters, blood blisters, and big, what we call wheals. So not a lot is known about the basis of those reactions.
It is still unknown why bedbug saliva only affects half of their victims. But one theory is that people develop hypersensitivity to bedbug bites from repeated exposure, meaning that skin reactions actually grow worse the more they are bitten. If he can isolate the allergy-causing component, Dr. Goddard believes we will be one step closer to developing better treatment options for bites.
It's very hard to get a lot of saliva, so what I do is to get the salivary glands, whole glands, and then we'll extract the saliva from the glands.
When it comes to bedbugs, entomologists like Dr. Goddard are playing catch-up, rushing to gain basic scientific understanding of these tiny creatures. This lack of knowledge is because, for a long time, we had the infestation under control, thanks to one thing: DDT.
Bedbugs were very common in the early 1900s. You know the little saying, sleep tight, don't let the bedbugs bite? There was a reason for that. With the advent of DDT, bedbugs in the United States essentially went away. Nobody saw them, nobody much ever encountered them. Well, now they're back. And we have new tools now to study bed bugs. So that's why there's not a lot known. It's because they were essentially not on the radar for 50 or 60 years.
DDT was banned in 1972 after it was discovered to be extremely harmful to wildlife. Soon after, bed bugs began to reappear. Today, they are back with a vengeance and spreading at an uncontrollable pace. And around the world, homes are being infested and people are waking up covered in bites. But often more severe than the physical impact of a bedbug bite is the psychological toll that it takes.
It really gets into your brain, like not only taking bites on your body, but in your mind too. You get paranoid. You feel like your world's crashing around you.
Every day, always on my mind, and so miserable.
You'll imagine that they're crawling on your skin.
I feel sometimes helpless to think if I ever gonna get rid of bed bugs.
I got just instantly nervous anytime I had like an itch and scratching it, and it was awful.
For many entomologists, the sometimes crippling psychological effects of bedbug bites is a driving force to better understand them. For Dr. Goddard, the goal is to discover the secret behind our body's reactions to their bites. And to find the answer, he will have to surgically open up one of these creatures. In doing so, he gives us a rare look inside one of these tiny bloodsuckers.
There's the head. The proboscis is under the head. In this head, there's a little pump called the subarial pump. The blood is sucked up. It goes through an esophagus, down through here to the various portions of the gut. These are the segments. These segments have the membrane in between them, so that when the thing fills up with blood, they stretch. They get about 2 times their size.
After carefully searching through the bedbug's tiny body cavity, Dr. Goddard finds what he's been looking for.
Here are these salivary tissues.
Dr. Goddard carefully removes the glands.
Now that we have some of this salivary gland tissue, we can freeze this and do the analysis later. The whole point of this is to try to get some salivary proteins to do some tests with it to try to understand the mechanisms of allergy. This was a very successful event today, dissecting the bed bugs and getting the salivary tissues out.
With another salivary gland harvested and prepared for study, Dr. Goddard and his team are one small step closer to better understanding the science behind bedbug bites. But there is still a long way to go. Just as the scientific approach to studying bedbugs is evolving, so are the means of combating them. And in the war on bedbugs, some exterminators have found an unlikely ally in an old companion. Austin, Texas. Until recently, bedbugs were not a serious problem around here, but they have invaded in the last few years and are quickly taking over. In an effort to stop the invasion, exterminators like Brian DeChico are seeking the help of a faithful companion. Meet Bernie, bedbug hunter. A 4-year-old wire-haired terrier, Bernie is a highly trained bedbug dog.
Basically, the purpose of a bedbug dog is for prevention. The key to success in eliminating the problem is to find the problem early. So if the dogs can pick up on an infestation before we as humans can find them or see them, then it is an easier challenge to eradicate. Bedbugs produce an oil from the gland, and that's what the dogs are trained to pick up on.
In the war on bedbugs, dogs like Bernie have a very important role. It is their responsibility to find exactly where bugs are hiding by tracking their scent. If a bedbug dog misses a single bug, that area will not be treated, and the infestation will continue. That is a lot of responsibility for such a little dog. To keep the dogs sharp and their noses honed to bedbugs, Brian and his team are preparing a training exercise.
Well, what we're going to do with Bernie today is we're going to take him around the room. We have planted bed bugs in several locations throughout the room. But what we want him to do is pick up on the scent comb, basically that's being released from a vial of bed bugs. And what he will do is he will sit and alert, I'll say show me, he'll point his nose in the direction that the scent is coming from. So hopefully we'll be successful and he'll pick up all three. Show me. Show me. Good boy, Bernie. When it comes to his ability, the best way to describe a dog's olfactory system, it's like when we smell a hamburger, we smell a hamburger. Well, Bernie smells the salt, the flour, every ingredient in there, so he's able to decipher that particular smell. So if you mix a bunch of smells in there, he'll still be able to take that particular odor out.
Bedbugs are in fact quite pungent and give off a unique smell that can be best described by entomologists as an obnoxious sweetness. While humans can smell a group of bedbugs, bedbug dogs like Bernie can smell a single bug, even one that is hiding deep within furniture or a wall.
Good boy, Bernie. Good boy. Good boy, Bernie. He's doing well. He's 100% right now. Dogs are highly equipped to do this particular job. Most errors that occur with handling is the person, to be honest with you. You have to be well trained in this field to be able to handle a dog. You'll start getting a lot of false positives if you don't know exactly what you're doing.
With years of experience working together, Brian and Bernie are a perfectly functioning team. But they have a big job coming up, and Bernie is going to need some backup. Lucy, a young German Shepherd with less than 5 months of training, is getting her chance to shine.
Bernie definitely has more experience when it comes to this. Lucy is still in the overall training cycle that we put him through, so we want to confirm through a second dog what Lucy is telling us.
With Lucy and Bernie ready to work, the team heads to the infested home.
This is Bernie. We got Brett, we got Lucy. We'll take Lucy in first. We'll let her do a run through the house.
The team decides to start in the child's bedroom, which is believed to be ground zero of the infestation. The homeowner has tried his best to keep the bugs from spreading.
Trying to cut down on them getting out. So we bombed it, we put a towel under, and I decided to leave the towels there because I didn't want anything to try to get out once we learned they were a lot more mobile than I thought.
Lucy starts her search, and the results are immediate.
She alerted on
this side of the bed. Move some of this out of the way. It looks like we're seeing fecal matter, which we definitely have here. Definitely some bed bugs, eggshells, some dead ones, fecal spotting. Definitely positive for an infestation.
After months of training, Lucy is focused and sniffing out the bugs like a pro.
She's doing excellent. As you see, she's still at it. She smells them. Good girl. And by the looks of it, looks like it's a pretty large infestation.
But the infestation has spread beyond just one room. On the other side of the house, in the master bedroom, Bernie is also smelling bugs.
And there was another alert, so he picked up on the scent of the bed bug right there as well. Definitely getting a lot of hits around the bed, so I could say without a doubt we're going to most likely we're going to pull up the bed and we're going to see some activity. So looks like a job well done by Lucy as well as Bernie here today.
The dogs have sniffed out bugs in 4 rooms of the house. Now Brian and Brett take a closer look.
So definitely, obviously, uncover the bed and we're seeing live dead fecal spotting. I'll get a little bit closer, Brett. Oh, here they are.
Got a lot of activity right here.
The frame of the bed is crawling with bugs.
This is a bad problem.
There is no question, this house has a serious problem. 4 rooms are heavily infested with bed bugs. In order to kill them all, Brian and his team will have to call in the big guns and hit these bugs with some of the most advanced extermination tools on the market. At the infested house, bed bug dogs Bernie and Lucy have sniffed out where the bugs are hiding. Now, Brian and his team will turn the heat up on these invaders, literally.
The next step is to nuke them with heat. We're going to heat up the structure to 135 degrees. That will kill off all stages of the bed bugs, the eggs, the nymphs, and the adults.
To be certain that they are killing every single bug in the house, the team will not only harness the power of heat, but also cold.
Basically, when we do thermal remediation, we like to also use other items. The more you throw at the bed bugs, the better results you're going to have. So we're going to be using cryonite, which is CO2 compressed to dry ice. We're going to be pretty much giving them all our arsenal when we do this job. We're going to throw everything at it we have.
Brian's strategy for eradicating the bed bugs in this house takes aim directly at their Achilles heel, temperature. Hit a bug with a blast of freezing air, and it will drop dead. Heat it up past 45 degrees Celsius, as seen here, and it will die in seconds. The first step for Brian is to hit any bugs that are still on surfaces with a blast of cold.
This is cryonite. It is CO2 compressed, comes out of the gun, negative 100 Fahrenheit. We're basically freezing the bed bugs with this. It'll freeze all the eggs and live bed bugs that would be on a mattress, couch, picture frame. Basically in here is where you can see the biggest harbors.
As Brian finishes freezing the surface bugs, the rest of the team prepare for phase 2, heat. But turning this house into a giant oven is no simple task.
We're unloading the truck with all of our thermal heaters. We're going to be treating this 4,000 square foot house today. So what we're going to do is we're going to move the heaters into the rooms. We also are going to accompany them with the fans, which is going to really blow that ambient temperature throughout the structure. And our ideal temperature is 135 today, so we're going to try to stay at those levels for 4 to 6 hours, and that will kill off all the bed bugs that are in the house.
The team unloads 18 specially modified industrial heaters and positions them in the infested rooms. This is a major job, but for Ron Martin, the homeowner, getting his house free of bed bugs once and for all is well worth it.
We've been struggling for almost a year trying to deal with this, thinking we got it, then it comes back. So we always had an excuse why we must have missed this area or missed that area.
To make sure every square centimeter is brought to the correct temperature, heat sensors are placed around the room. The temperatures will be monitored closely.
We want to make sure that every area is at 135 because if it isn't, if there's a pocket of air, a bed bug or an egg can survive, and then the treatment's not going to be successful.
The heat will kill all the bugs and eggs hidden in the carpet, deep in the furniture, and in the walls. The team starts the heaters, delivering the second blow of a 1-2 punch they are hoping will eradicate the tiny invaders. Before long, the rooms are cooking at over 60 sweltering degrees Celsius.
Right now, heat pumping, everything's looking well, and we got temperatures where they need to be to successfully get rid of the problem.
The team must now brave the nearly unbearable heat and venture into the rooms to check the progress of their mission.
We just need to remove the clothes to make sure it's penetrating all areas of the drawers. And here's a bed bug right here that must have been in this drawer as well. Bed bugs were not in the bed, they're pretty much everywhere. We're seeing them in the drawers, we're seeing them on the baseboard, around the bed, they're pretty much everywhere throughout the room.
6 hours later, the heating stage is over. As the team packs up their equipment, Brett delivers one final blow to any bugs that may have miraculously survived the extreme cold and heat. He uses a powerful toxic chemical pesticide on cracks and crevices where bed bugs may have once been, and injects a foaming poison into the walls to kill any bugs or eggs that may be hiding in them.
I believe after the cryonite, the heat, and the chemical treatment, we definitely got them.
As the trucks roll out and on to the next job, Brian is confident that they have successfully cleared the house of bugs. But this was just one battle, and he is realistic about the future.
The war definitely goes on with bed bugs. We could control them here, but unfortunately it's really spreading out, and we will continue to help in the fight against bed bugs, but it's definitely just the beginning.
In this war on bed bugs, one thing is for certain: the odds are not in our favor. And according to the experts, the problem is only going to get worse. If you take humans out of the equation, bedbugs' only real threat is from larger insects like spiders and cockroaches. Having just fed, a slow-moving bedbug is an easy, tasty meal for a cockroach. In a few quick bites, the bedbug is gone, leaving only a puddle of human blood. But even their natural predators can't keep populations of these invasive pests from exploding and taking over. And wherever bedbugs go, panic and fear follow. But how do they spread? In North Carolina, research entomologist Dr. Kobe Shaw is studying bedbug dispersion. By tracking the DNA of bedbugs in a heavily infested apartment building, Dr. Shaw and his team were able to determine which bugs were introduced and which came from existing populations. He is trying to better understand why these creatures spread from house to house. His belief is that bedbugs spread essentially for one of two reasons.
One is the hungry bedbug, it's looking for a bug meal, and the other is adult female bedbugs that are constantly being harassed by male bedbugs. The females tend to leave the aggregation and seek some isolation, some relief from the males. And so they tend to move away from the infestation as well. And they can spread the infestation.
Often, unsuspecting humans help bedbugs in their quest for new territory.
Bedbugs are incredibly well adapted to live with humans. when I visit your apartment, bedbugs can visit your apartment as well because they can hitchhike with me. If there's electrical conduits that go between our apartments or plumbing, they can go back and forth between the apartments very readily.
By genetically testing all populations of bedbugs in the apartment complex, Dr. Shaw made a surprising discovery. While the bedbugs had spread throughout the apartments, the infestation did not grow out of a single incident. Rather, there were 4 separate introductions of bedbugs that infected the apartments.
Bedbugs are coming from all over the place. If a bed infestation has been in place for a long time, one cannot assume that it spread from a single apartment. It is very likely that the bedbugs have spread from that apartment, but there were other introductions to neighboring apartments that resulted in an extensive spread of bedbugs.
This discovery proves that when it comes to spreading bedbugs, we are our own worst enemy. Bedbugs can sneak into your life in countless ways. In cities like New York, they often catch a ride into homes on used furniture. While it may be tempting to pick up a perfectly good-looking table off the street, be warned. That table just may be a Trojan horse for bedbugs. And once they're in, they will quickly make themselves at home, start multiplying, and the infestation begins. But what can we do to avoid being taken advantage of by these clever bugs?
It's a good idea to take measures to protect yourself from bringing bedbugs into your home. So when you travel, obviously it's a good idea to check where you sleep, to check the bed, to check the headboard, check the mattress to make sure that there are no bed bugs. I think over time we will all probably either experience bed bugs or know someone that's experienced bed bugs. It's a good idea to check for bed bugs because bed bugs can be everywhere.
For many, avoiding bed bugs is unfortunately not always possible. That's when we must fight back. Modern methods, like heat and cryonite, are often successful, but treatment is expensive. So most victims rely on traditional pesticides to fight back. The problem is, bedbugs are evolving and adapting, becoming increasingly resistant to pesticides. So how can we stay one step ahead of them? That's where Jeff White comes in. As a research entomologist, Jeff regularly tests new pesticides to report on their effectiveness before they are released to the market.
So basically what we're going to do is going to test 3 different sprays for their contact kill on bedbugs.
The first spray Jeff tests is an enzyme that attacks the bug's exoskeleton, hopefully killing them instantly.
Those 10 bugs that we sprayed directly with that enzyme are already not moving.
Next, he tries a common over-the-counter pesticide that contains pyrethroids, a powerful ingredient that attacks the bug's nervous system.
What we have here in this spray is synthetic pyrethrins and pyrethroids. Those are nerve toxins. You will see that what happens when you spray them, they almost kind of seethe.
Finally, he tests the newly introduced professional-grade pesticide. After spraying all the bugs, Jeff inspects the results.
We have these 2 bed bugs right here that we sprayed with the enzyme just earlier that are still running around. They're definitely still running around.
Shockingly, even after being sprayed at point-blank range, some of the bed bugs in all 3 dishes are still alive.
Laboratory research is showing that bed bugs are demonstrating high levels of resistance to synthetic pyrethroids. And those are the class of pesticides that is commonly found in a lot of the pesticides that we can buy both over the counter and what the pest control industry is using.
This discovery emphasizes the need to find different methods of killing them soon. But like most entomologists, Jeff is not optimistic about the future of our struggle against bed bugs.
I think we're going to see bed bugs become worse and worse for at least a few more years.
With entomologists and exterminators working to curb the bed bug invasion, there is always hope that one day bed bugs will be a thing of the past. For now, though, we can only keep our guard up and brace ourselves, because this is one invasion that is destined to get worse before it gets better.